I sometimes wonder what kind of a person I would have been if I wasn't raised a witness. It's an interesting question. I mean, of course, you know, you're supposed to say, went through the experience, and I'm glad I did, and blah, 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 blah. I don't care about that for right now. I don't care. I don't know, like, when you were a kid, did you ever hang out with those worldly people who were acting all crazy? They were playing with toys that were considered weapons. Whoopsie, sorry. Still there with me? Whoops. Toys that were considered weapons. They played with guns, and I judged them for it. They'd watch TV shows that were bad, and I judged them for it. I mean, I'm actually surprised I didn't grow up more judgmental than I actually am, which is not very much. And, you know, as far as witness standards go, I wasn't that judgmental back then either. I don't know how I got away with not doing that, but anyway, you see these, they were different. They were different kids than me and the other witness kids I knew. But then again, we were all crammed into a box. We all had to be the same. Sit down, shut up. Don't color during the meeting. Coloring is bad. Don't color on Jesus' face. It'll get pulled into the back and smacked in the butt. Anyway, and then growing up, like, what kind of friends would I have had at school? I mean, in high school I started to branch out and have different friends from people who were witnesses, but before then I was the odd one out. I mean, I know I'm not the only one who experienced this, and you know, not people who aren't witnesses experience this. But I just wonder, if I hadn't been so weird, would I have had a few more friends? I mean, to this day, I'm content with just having, like, one friend and, like, screw the rest of the world. Like, I'm done with you guys. Is that a part of me? Is that who I am, or is that who they made me? I don't know. I really don't. I was telling someone a story about my boss at my job, who I've worked for almost 10 years now, and I was telling them the story about he was getting screwed over by everyone, constantly screwed over. Like, he had his car stolen by his business partner, another business partner, like, stole one of his businesses, and just all this crazy crap. So I started working with him right out of high school. One time I left the money for the bank deposit in the place where it wasn't supposed to be. He called me up. He was furious. He was in a rage. Where's my money? Where's my money? I didn't understand back then why he was so like that. But I mean, then later on, when he started to trust me more, because I never actually stole from him, I just put the money in the wrong place. He actually started to tell me why he doesn't trust people. And actually, from me working with him these 10 years, he's finally started to, you know, regain his trust a little bit. Would I have been a person who absolutely would not have stolen money? I don't know. Would I have grown up to be the kind of person who would shave off the top here and there? Even to this day, I've been out of the witnesses for 2 years. I cannot bring myself to do that. I just can't. I mean, that's not a bad thing. It really... I mean, I still get to work with this guy. I still get to do, you know, what I love doing. I don't know. I mean, I know as soon as I left, I started to have opinions again. And that was mind-blowing. Just to, like, know that I could think any way I wanted about anything was just, if you've left, you've experienced this, it's a huge shock. I mean, and then to this day, I kind of still have trouble forming opinions, even though I know that I can think however I want about anything I want. But a lot of times I just end up reverting back to the opinion of someone else, or... I mean, I'm getting better with that sort of stuff, but I need a lot of information to actually form a good, solid opinion. And it's sometimes hard for me to have deep conversations because it's hard for me to pick a side and argue that side. A lot of times I'll argue both ways in an argument. Which, I mean, is fun. I think it's good to see the bigger picture of things. But I can't pick a position and stick with it. Even if something I thought that I didn't have. Just stuff about politics all the time. I'm back and forth, but that's probably normal. What else? I know there are other things that I don't know if it's me or if it's the watchtower. I don't even know if it's possible to totally untangle my personality from that. I'm trying to get back to, or even get to a place that's normal. I don't even know what normal is. I thought I knew about 6 months ago. I thought I was getting there. I thought I was being normal. And then a whole bunch of stress happened in my life and I just collapsed again. I couldn't take it. I shut down for about 2 months and didn't do anything. I mean, I have school to graduate. I need to be working. And I just shut down and I let my graduation date come and go, and I didn't do it. Just because all this stuff piled on top of school stuff and work stuff. Everyone else did it. Everyone else graduated. I couldn't. I don't really know what that's about either. Anyway. If I think of something else, I'll make another video, but I don't know if my personality is different from the watchtower, like, entirely. I think there's always going to be elements of it left. Stuff I have to struggle with. Alright, thanks for listening.